Hi, friends. Thanks for joining me today as I read Psalm 6. Now, again, this is David writing to God, and obviously, he's going through a lot of stress and trials, as you will hear in his words. And his words are very heartfelt and deep. And it starts off in Psalm 6:1. O Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, nor discipline me in your wrath. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am languishing. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones are troubled. My soul is also greatly troubled. But you, O Lord, how long? And have you ever asked that? How long do you need to endure? How long do you need to keep holding on? And I remember there was a time in my life when I went through something very difficult. And I remember thinking, if I could just get through a year. Now, there's been other times when, and actually recently in the last year, I went through some stuff and I realized that sometimes I just have to try to get through the next 5 minutes, the next minute. That's how much of a struggle I was in. And I took it right down to going, just get through this next minute, just get through today. What can I do today to ease up my pain? Maybe I need to sleep, but maybe I need to get up. Maybe I need to get some sunshine, some fresh air. Have I put nutrition in my body? Have I given my body some water, some liquid? Have I exposed myself to positive thinking? I don't watch the news. I rarely watch the news anymore. Why? Because honestly, my system feels like I can't take any more negative if I don't have to. I remember years ago listening to Christine Northrup, and she was a GP, or is a GP, and she said that years and years ago, before we had all the internet, we generally only knew what was kind of happening within our own village or in our own small area on a daily basis. But today we can hear what's happening worldwide constantly, 24 hours a day. And what makes the news? Negative stuff makes the news. We don't talk a lot about all the positive things. And there may be just as much positive going on in the world as there is negative, but that doesn't make the news. And it's not as crazy, not as significant, I suppose you could say. But it's important for each of us. I mean, for me, I've decided, unless it's something I can do something about, I choose not to know about it, because it just brings me down. It makes me depressed. I focus on what I have control over, and that is the people around me, and to be the best I can be with what I have here in my small little community. Now, where was I? 4. Turn, O Lord, deliver my life. Save me for the sake of your steadfast love. For in death there is no remembrance of you. In Sheol, who will give you praise? I am weary with my moaning. Every night I flood my bed with tears. I drench my couch with my weeping. My eye wastes away because of grief. It grows weak because of all my foes. Depart from me, all you workers of evil, for the Lord has heard the sound of my weeping. The Lord has heard my plea. The Lord accepts my prayer. And I hope you have comfort in knowing that when you pray, God does hear us. And the more I've learned to hear the voice, the unspoken voice sometimes of the Holy Spirit, it has brought me comfort. And I hope you can find that as well. All my enemies shall be ashamed and greatly troubled. They shall turn back and be put to shame in a moment. So these are words that we can hold on to, that we can trust. And with time, with work, and a sense of developing a relationship with God, just like we would with our friends, with our family, or anybody else that we want to get close to, we have to work at it. It just doesn't come. It's like if you don't ever call your mother Are you going to know? Are you going to have a close relationship with her or your partner? And you have to continue to call on God, to read His Word, and to look out in your life where He is working. Because I believe you will find that if you really look, if you look for the things that He is doing in your life. And there is a lot of bad that happens around us, obviously. That is the world we live in. We can't get away from that. We don't know when it's coming. It could be here now, tomorrow. We don't know. We know it's coming. But the closer we can stay to God and His Word, the closer we are to getting through it, and getting through it with as much sanity as we can. My goal for 2026 has been peace, clarity, and healing. Forgot what it was, but I remember those three: peace, healing, and clarity. Not necessarily in that order, because with that, I do have a closer relationship with God. And the more I get into His Word, the closer I get to getting a closer relationship with Him. And I hope you will get that as well. Blessings, my friend.